Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to NBA Live 19. My backcourt defender today. We're doing two games today. Oh yeah, we're doing two games today. We'll be going against the Memphis Grizzlies and our Houston Rockets next. But we're on the road. They're at home. Let's get these games out the way. I'm not trying to talk much. Let's get it. Let's get right to this game. Let's take this W. Let's get it.
It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From FedEx Forum, just off Beale Street in downtown Memphis. Tonight, it's the Memphis Grizzlies getting set to match up with the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Grizzlies secure the opening tip, and we're underway on Beale Street in Memphis. Coming off a disappointing year, Jay, just 22 wins for Memphis. What has to happen for them to make the jump into relevance again?
Well, they're clearing cap space, which is good for the future of the franchise. Number two, they're starting to get healthy when you get a guy like Mike Conley back. And number three, you have young prospects who are actually solid draft picks. When you think about Jaren Jackson and Javon
Like Grizzlies' core looks amazing.
Once again, the new grind city.
To Westbrook. Screen coming. To Adams. Steven Adams with the slam.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
Memphis, they've got it to Gasol. From the painted area, won't go down. Paul George. To Westbrook. Trying to cash in. Chance for Westbrook. No good.
You see, Ed, this is what the refs need to start calling. The defender hit the shooter right around the waist, which made him lunge into his shot and took away all of his concentration for it.
Westbrook across the timeline. He'll run the offense. Here comes the screen. Bad pass taken away by the Grizzlies.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
Anderson to Luka Doncic. Fires the three. Jay, I don't know if you call that the shooter's touch, but they will take it.
Well, essentially, the touch did help the ball go in, Ed. I don't know. I might have to agree to disagree on that one.
To Adams. It's blocked by Gasol.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Lets it fly from long range. It's rebounded by Gasol. Mike Conley missed his first. That one goes.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. To Westbrook. From long range, Russell Westbrook still gets it to go down with a hand in his face.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Conley. off the mark. Carmelo Anthony traded, but Sam Presti turns that into Dennis Schroeder, now on a team built to win.
And I love this acquisition by the Thunder. When you think about Schroeder, he is actually almost the opposite of what Russell Westbrook is. He averaged 19 points, 6.5 assists last year for the Hawks, but he is not a ball-dominant guard. He will have the ball in his hands, but he's more apt to make plays quickly with the ball than Russell, who likes to hold on to the ball towards the end of the shot clock.
Russell Westbrook with the rock to Paul George. To Westbrook. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Russell Westbrook has got 2 shots coming. A career 81% free throw shooter. And he connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Conley in the front court. Looking to make something happen. Anderson to Conley. Anderson to Conley. Driving right to the basket. Mike Conley. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To Adams. Westbrook. Slam dunk. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
To Adams. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Anderson to Conley. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Slams it down.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are 2 different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Here comes the screen. Curling inside. The screen sets him up for 2.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
OKC ball. To George. Here comes the screen. To Adams. Shot from the lane won't go.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Westbrook into the front court. Down 4. Here comes the screen. It's Westbrook. Oh, Russell Westbrook. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Tie ball game so far. Neither one of these teams really able to pull ahead. Might be time to put the bench players in the game, and let's see who could differentiate themselves.
Here comes the screen. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Conley. Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Conley into the front court. Down 2. To Luka Doncic. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Mike Conley at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. 48 wins a year ago for the Thunder. Jay, it took them a while to get to that point, but in so many ways, the Thunder had a great opportunity in the playoffs.
They did. It just seemed like something with their chemistry was a tad bit off with Carmelo Anthony. I think him not being there, him not being in Houston, them getting Andre Robertson back. He's a big-time lockdown defender on the perimeter. You surround him with youth and Hamidou Diallo, Terrence Ferguson, Alex Abrinas. This team has a chance to compete for a Western Conference Finals.
Taken away by the Grizzlies. Has a chance. And the rebound corralled by Westbrook. Almost unlucky bounce across the timeline. It's Conley. Leads 3. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Mike Conley, couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. First one, count it. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. To Westbrook. Cleans it up. The Thunder down to 4 in the shot clock. Had a good look there, but it's no good.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the ref. Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Yeah, they're lucky they get the ball back. Substitution being made in this one. Conley. Can't connect from inside. Off the assist.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Counted.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Oklahoma City's got it. Knocked loose. Picked up by Memphis. And the basket good at the rim.
It's so good to see a healthy Mike Conley out there running the show. He only played 12 games last season, but when he's healthy like this, that kid's special.
Curling inside. Drive here, but the shot stays out.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
It was right there. Another follow, still no good. On the follow, way to stay with it.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Whoa, what a finish. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Conley, and it's George with the block shot. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Paul George. Time for some new personnel into the game. And that'll... Jay, Marc Gasol, Mike Conley, they're proven commodities. But what about the rest of this Memphis roster?
Well, Ed, that's been one of the criticisms of the Grizzlies is that when a guy like Mike Conley goes down, who can fill in that void? Now, I give them a lot of credit in the offseason. They bring in Shelvin Mack. They find a way to He signed Kyle Anderson, which is big-time land for them in free agency. And look what they've done in the draft over the past 2 years. Last year, in 2017, they get Dylan Brooks and Ivan Rabb, giving them depth at those positions. Now they get a guy like Javon Carter in the second round who can apply.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Pressure at the point guard spot. And when you land
We're
Jaren
back,
Jackson, you're on your way.
Grizzlies at the controls right now. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and the rebound comes to OKC. To Schroeder. Oh, Dennis Schroeder. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
When I think about the biggest international names in the game today, Dennis Schroeder's name probably isn't the first that comes to mind. But did you know that he's one of only 3 players to ever play in the league from Germany? Detlef Schrempf, Dirk Nowitzki, and Dennis Schroeder. He is a blur with the basketball, and he will be the first or second option offensively down the court each and every possession.
To Luka Doncic. For 3. And the rebound taken in by OKC. To Schroeder. Oh, Dennis Schroeder. He's 2 for 2 now.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
To Luka Doncic. Screen coming. Has a look. Not that time. Jay, without question, one of the biggest moments of the NBA offseason. Paul George, he chooses the Thunder. He stays in OKC.
And how about what Paul George said? He said, it's a perfect opportunity to submit myself and bring a championship where it has never been brought. And I think him and Russ work well off each other. Playoff P wants to be Playoff P all the time. Who better to bring that out of you than the Beast Boy?
Knocked loose. Here's Schroeder with it. Up 5. Oh, Dennis Schroeder. 3 for 3 in this first half.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back. Everybody communicated. Everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Knocked loose. Scooped up. Going the other way. Schroeder. Short jumper won't go down. Oh, good defense by Memphis as they come up with the steal. Parsons guarded by Schroeder. They work it down to Gasol. From the painted area, won't go down. Another follow, no good. Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Lead stands at 7. Bad pass taken away by the Grizzlies. Here comes the screen. 5 seconds to shoot. Going to launch beyond the arc. Schroeder with the board. Great look and vision. Won't go. To Luka Doncic. Here comes the screen. Shot clock winding down. Trying to cash in. He connects. Not the guy you think is going to beat you.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
To Schroeder. Shot clock winding down. Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
To Luka Doncic. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
To Luka Doncic.
Hold on. Okay, negative. Okay.
Defense making the ball carrier work. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Oh, Dennis Schroeder. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
To Luka Doncic. Grizzlies with 4 to shoot. To Luka Doncic. 4-3. Cleans it up. Offensive board. The follow won't go either. Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
He showed that he had great chemistry with his teammates on that shot. Keep getting him good looks, and the one will just keep scoring.
Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
The Thunder have the possession. Great dish to set it up. Oh, Dennis Schroeder. He's now 5 for 6.
I love when I get a chance to watch guys who can make more out of what they actually have in their arsenal. And that's who Dennis Schroeder is. For a guy who really can't shoot, he sure does put the ball in the bucket.
Oh, good defense by Memphis as they come up with the steal. Spinning shot, won't fall. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the ring.
Schroeder with the basketball. His team leads it by 10. Taking advantage of the defender. Nice ball fake.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
Memphis with the run. Fires the three. That one off the mark. It's no good. Jumper's good.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Ferguson to Schroeder.
See the screen, see it.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Schroeder. Beyond the arc for 3. Off the mark. Short jumper off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
To Luka Doncic. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Here's what's brilliant about Luka Doncic. Everybody thinks
Bobby
that you
in
need
the
to be
second
fast
half.
to be able to ISO somebody and create your own shot with your speed or your athleticism or your explosiveness. That is not the case. Doncic is 6'8", 230 pounds. Put that smaller guard on your hip, post him up, walk him down, shoot shots over the top. If you have an uncanny style of play, that game can reward you a ton in this league.
To Luka Doncic. Count the bucket for 2.
No. See, this is where I lose my mind. If you have that height, you got to throw that one down with authority. Send a message.
Shot from the lane won't go.
I know I've never gotten a foul with
And that's rebounded by the Thunder. Bad pass taken away by the Grizzlies.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you'll be able to stop a great passing team.
To Paul George. Good look that time, but off the mark. Has a look. It goes down. Oh, he's feeling good. Maybe too good.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Nothing going here on that drive. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Conley into the front court. The margin is 3 as we approach halftime. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Oklahoma City ball. And look out.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Oh, good defense by Memphis as they come up with the steal. That's it for the first half. The Thunder with the lead.
Halftime, y'all. It was halftime. Down by 5.
The Thunder have themselves a close game after 2 quarters. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. The Grizzlies are still very... Fellas, back to you.
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Thunder with the basketball. Oh, you could sense that coming.
There is a premium market for players with that type of hand-eye coordination.
To George. It's Westbrook. Oh, Russell Westbrook. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Conley, short jumper, stays out. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. Gasol, tough matchup against George. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Conley into the front court. His guys down by 9. Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Conley to Kyle Anderson. To Gasol. Picked up by the Thunder.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
To Westbrook. Nothing going here on that drive. Westbrook. To Paul George. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Bad pass taken away by the Grizzlies. And score. Strong take.
Ooh, if I had that kind of vertical, I'd be throwing it off the glass and showing out. But the coaching staff is probably okay with an easy lay right there.
It's blocked by Gasol.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Look at that. I get like no foul.
Grizzlies own the basketball. Knocked loose. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
And as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Across the timeline, it's Conley. The deficit now up to 13. Blaze it up and in.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Curling inside. Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out. Thunder have it. Fires the three. Yes.
When a rookie starts to believe that he not only can play, but more importantly, he belongs, nights like this become more and more common.
Collin in the front court. 14-point deficit. Gasol to Kyle Anderson. Knock loose. Love the hustle. Sprawled out on the deck. And that's going to be out of bounds off of George. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. To Luka Doncic.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
Knock loose. He gets it.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
It's Grizzlies ball. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Lets it fly from long range, trying for a 40-point night, but it's off the mark. To Kyle Anderson. From the painted area, won't go down. To Adams. Oh, good defense by Memphis as they come up with the steal. Anderson. Scores from the post.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
40 points, bro.
Oh, they called the foul.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Dylan Brooks. Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Dylan Brooks. Down to 5 on the 24. From long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. George. Bad pass taken away by the Grizzlies. Doncic to Dylan Brooks. No good. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and he buries it. Jay upping the ante from beyond the arc.
He's most definitely got the hot hand behind the three-point arc. Anytime your first-round pick is shooting like this, your GMs and owners just sit back and smile.
To Dylan Brooks. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Doncic. Nice pass to set things up. Big slam. Oh, he looked like he was on a mission.
And when plays like that happen with multiple players touching the ball, the basketball guys will 100% reward you.
Oh, he had him there for a second. Baseline drive. Runner here. Won't go. To Luka Doncic.
Where am I at anyway? Well, I'm at 440.
Here comes the screen. Doncic. Won't go down. Here's Schroeder with it. The advantage is 13 points. Short jumper won't fall.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. He'll run the offense. For three, can't connect, it's no good. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Thunder. Paul George. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him
like live
power
run
through
today.
that
I'll probably
play.
do something.
That's how you get and ones.
Steven Adams trying to cash in on a three-point play. 56% for his career. Memphis, they've got it.
Watch cut.
Probing the defense. Parsons
Adams,
picked up by Adams. Got it to go on the step back. Jay, he found a way.
Okay, you don't get a 10 for style points, but it worked.
To Adams. Oh, good defense by Memphis as they come up with the steal. Layup goes down. Well done.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it
Get
go.
a foul with the point guard. I don't know. I feel like it's weird. Like it's difficult to get.
Screen coming. The shot turned away by Robertson.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
To George. Deep left corner. George. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Ah, the monster stuff.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, head jab. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter. But still, keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Five on the shot clock for Memphis. Going to launch beyond the arc. Knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Lock-up time.
To Schroeder.
Right.
Screen coming. Schroeder. And the slam.
That's safe.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. Missed a wide open look.
I think a no foul. I thought
Dylan Brooks. Thunder have it. Shot from the lane won't go. There you go. Way to stay with it.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Here comes the screen. Deep three at the buzzer. 3 quarters down. The 4th quarter coming up. And a nice cushion for the Thunder.
We're up by a good lead right now. Getting them steals. Ah.
Grizzlies get the first crack at it as we... To Paul George. Paul George, 3 for 6 now.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Conley to Luka Doncic. Here comes the screen. Five on the shot clock. 4-3. It's good.
I knew it.
He's
I
not
knew
done.
it.
He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
But did you see on that three-point shot, did you see him slightly kick his legs out? By kicking his legs out, the defender runs into the legs. There's contact. That's how you get a 4-point play potentially.
Man, he got a 4-point play.
Can't convert the free throw. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
The screen sets him up for 2.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Thunder with the basketball. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Doncic. Here's a chance from long range. It's Doncic with the board.
When I try to do that, I don't get none
To Conley. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Fires the 3. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that 3.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more 3s.
To Conley. And a nice finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Nothing going here on that drive. Why even try that time?
I'm going to start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Sheer strength to slam it down. He ran right through the gauntlet.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
That's all she wrote. Dribble it out.
Won't go. It's a turnover as they head the other way. So important to take care of the basketball. Easy 2 on the other end after the turnover.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Got him.
Oh, get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Beyond the arc for three. And that's rebounded by Memphis. Grizzlies at the controls right now. It's rejected by Noel.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Deep three at the buzzer.
Got him again. Let's go.
Good victory here for the Thunder as they win this one in very convincing fashion. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA
That was it.
on EA
This is the first
Sports.
game out the way, 121-90. We dominated that game. Let's get on to the next game.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
Yeah, I think we got a triple-double, I think. I could be wrong, though. Please tell me I'm at 17, because every time I get to 17, I don't get there. The Rockets. Oh yeah, we did earn. Sweet. Hey, no one's watching today? I feel it. Oh, now I get the... There we go. I was wondering, like, what the heck? Now I get level 17 in career height. I was wondering that. So why get in the stove? Yes, what did we get? Oh, nice. Nice. I got a legendary celebration. Hey. Okay. Work on that defense. Work on that defense, yeah. So I was at 90. So what do I need to max out? Okay. 4. 10, 8, 12. I need 12 just to get everything maxed out. That's good. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm at a 9 yard ball defense, so that's better. That's better. Let's get on to the next game. What time is it? Oh, it's only 6. Oh, it might be 7. Okay. Skill or talent? About both. Alright, yo, let's get this final game of the day. Let's get it. We're at home this game. Thunder versus Rockets. What's everyone gonna wear for this game? Ooh, I like that. I actually do like that. Like low key. And for them, I'll put on. Oh, I like that China look though. Hey, I like that fucking. But let's do it, y'all. OKC versus Rockets, last game of the day. Let's get it. Okay.
It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Chesapeake Energy Arena in downtown OKC. Tonight, it's
be a good game.
Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Houston Rockets. The opening tip won by the Houston Rockets. Who left in Houston? Luka Mute to the Clippers, Trevor Ariza to Phoenix. So, Jay, how do the Rockets adapt without two key wing defenders this year?
Well, other guys need to step up. I think you need to see P.J. Tucker step up. Gerald Green, we all know how explosive he is offensively, but he needs to make that applicable to the defensive end. Michael Carter-Williams is another big acquisition. He's a bigger guard who can use his length to deter shots. And also another kid, Markel Brown, who played at Oklahoma State, extremely athletic, explosive on the perimeter. If these guys can do it by committee, that might be enough to eclipse the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, he's denied. Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block. Man, that was impressive.
Oh man. He said, get that mess out of here.
Harden tosses.
He's trying to throw wild.
Westbrook with it. 2-point advantage. Now a steal as the Rockets have it. Ooh, Chris Paul. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
As a team, when you establish your dominance in the paint early, it's critical to your offense because it eventually opens up the perimeter down the stretch.
Here comes the screen to Adams. Russell Westbrook steps into it. Rebound taken in by Paul. Tucker matched up with Paul George. Picked up by the Thunder.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
And finishes strong.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
It's in the hands of James Harden. There will be no shortage of shots for Carmelo Anthony in Mike D'Antoni's offense, Jay. Why is it a good fit for Melo in Houston?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, if there's one guy you need to trust, his name is Daryl Morey. And the Houston Rockets organization is a stat-driven culture. So he understands at this juncture where Carmelo Anthony is in his relationship to his career. Playing with two pass-first type PGs in James Harden and CP3, who averaged a combined 12.5, 13 assists last year, will open up the floor extensively for Carmelo to knock down those jump shots.
Russell Westbrook matched up with Carmelo Anthony. To Adams. Short jumper off the mark.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
To Paul George. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Ooh, Chris Paul. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field. The Thunder have the possession. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Paul across the timeline. His team up by 1. To Anthony. Harden. Rockets with 4 to shoot. It's Paul for 2. Ooh, Chris Paul. He's now 4 for 6. Jay, he's played for a number of teams in the Western Conference, no less. What do you make of Paul and his willingness to embrace a challenge?
Well, for the first 12 years of his career, he was ball dominant. The ball was forced to be in his hands every possession because nobody else, other than CP3, could make a play. Now there's a shared responsibility with the playmaking skills, and that only allows him to play looser, to play freer, to play more like he played in college, hunting his own shots and thinking pass second, score first.
Shot from the lane won't go.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
It's PG for 2. Paul George, 3 for 4. Good start. We've seen Paul George's game evolve in recent years. Mixed results, Jay. How does he get back to being that elite two-way guy?
I think he needs to find a way to be aggressive. Let me bring you in and tell you what he dealt with this past year. When you're a guy who's used to having the ball in your hands, you can make more mistakes because you have more possessions. Then all of a sudden, when you play with a ball-dominant guard like Russell Westbrook, you don't have the ball as much, which means you try to make more out of less opportunity that you have. You force the action way more. Look for Paul George to be way more assertive in this game and find his rhythm by having the ball in his hands.
Capella to Paul. To P.J. Tucker. Lets it fly from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just let me break down to all the young
It's going to be a
players
really tough game. I could already tell.
That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitution. Both teams making changes. Beyond the arc for 3. And good work defensively as the pass is taken away. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
There we go. Hello.
Free throw up and good. And the three-point play puts them up early in this one. Jay, last year, Rockets 65-17. Good for #1 record in the West. What's going to be good enough this year for the Rockets to get to the NBA Finals?
Well, you need CP3 to be healthy. If he's healthy, you can make an argument that the Rockets may have won the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors. But also, I think James Harden needs to continue to build on his play in the playoffs in particular. Everybody knows about how great he was during the regular season, but those last 6 games against the Golden State Warriors, he really struggled from the three-point line. He shot 37% during the regular season. He shot 20% in the Western Conference Finals.
George here against Nene.
I don't know why Chris Paul deserves it, man. Like, he really does.
Paul George, he's now 5 for 6.
I know, as long as
Chris Paul's been in the league, he deserves a ring,
tough
bro.
matchup on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, let me tell you about why he's so great defensively. He gets up into you and forces you one way. Does not give you an option to dance with the basketball. That wingspan, that frame, that size, that strength, and that lateral quickness. Oh, there's no getting by Mr. George.
Houston takes over. Paul fires the 3, and Chris Paul, quick catch and shoot there for 3.
Okay, I see you throwing the ball like a quarterback in the pocket for the touchdown.
From the painted area, won't go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Has a chance, add 2 points to the board.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Paul George strong mid-range game. Sleep.
Paul with it up top. Down just a couple. Nothing going here on that drive. To P.J. Tucker. Not that time.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Strong finish for Paul George.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Down low George. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Tucker against Paul George. Here comes the screen. Driving right to the basket. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here comes some... to George. Here comes the screen. George matched up with Chris. Rockets in control of the basketball. And counted at the rim.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. The lead is 2. Here comes the screen. To Adams. Almost unlucky bounce. Carter Williams with it up top. He'll run the offense. Gordon, tough matchup against George. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Knocked loose. Harden in possession. Down 2. Paul to Harden. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. For 3. P.J. Tucker is going to get a chance at 3 here. A career 74% free throw shooter. Nope, first one does not go. Knocks down the second free throw. Whoops, that won't go. Jay, without question, one of the biggest moments of the NBA offseason. Paul George, he chooses the Thunder. He stays in OKC.
And how about what Paul George said? He said, it's a perfect opportunity to submit myself and bring a championship where it has never been brought. And I think him and Russ work well off each other. Playoff P wants to be playoff P all the time. Who better to bring that out of you than the Beast Boy?
Here comes the screen. Count the basket at the rim.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
To Anthony. Marquise Chris to Paul. Off the assist.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
The shot blocked by Anthony.
Just incredible timing on that slot.
A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Knocked loose. Rockets have it. They've recovered it. Tucker to Paul. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there.
It's so important to instill confidence in your best player. I know he missed the shot earlier, but that doesn't mean that you can't run the same exact play and let him prove he's a player he thinks he is, and we all know he is.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Finishing inside the paint on that one. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll discuss matters in what's now a three-point game. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Harden against the elite defender Robertson. To Paul. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in three-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a two-point shot relevant these days.
To Adams. Layup goes down. Well done.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Harden to P.J. Tucker. Now pass taken away by the Thunder.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Nothing going here on that drive. Wow, look at him dive for the loose ball. Paul knocks it down and the foul. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
Most definitely contact on that forearm during the follow-through. You have to give the offensive player a lot of credit. The concentration you need to make a shot after getting fouled, that's big time.
Chris Paul with a chance at a 4-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Got it at the line. 48 wins a year ago for the Thunder. Jay, it took them a while to get to that point, but in so many ways, the Thunder had a great opportunity in the playoffs.
They did. It just seemed like something with their chemistry was a tad bit off with Carmelo Anthony. I think him not being there, him not being in Houston, them getting Andre Robertson back. He's a big-time lockdown defender on the perimeter. You surround him with youth and Hamidou Diallo, Terrence Ferguson, Alex Abrinas. This team has a chance to compete for a Western Conference Finals.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal. Won't go. To Paul. 4-3. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Paul into the front court. Leads 3. To Anthony. It's rejected by Noel. Harden.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
And James Harden, well defended, still gets it to go down.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough 2 rather than an easy 3.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Paul into the front court. Up 6. And he knocks it down, Jay.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Missed it. How'd that not go down? Anthony to P.J. Tucker. Knocked loose. Tucker against George. Oklahoma City's got it. Rockets come up with it. Thunder have it. Here's a chance from long range. It's good.
He showed that he had great chemistry with his teammates on that shot. Keep getting him good looks, and the one will just keep scoring.
Paul, defended by Steven Adams. Gets to the basket and scores.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want.
The monster stuff.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Here's CP3, and he drains it. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Now Paul with the basketball. Up 5. From long range. He engulfed him that time. Here's a steal. Dangerous pass. Shot from the lane won't go. Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
When a rookie starts to believe that he not only can play, but more importantly, he belongs, nights like this become more and more common. Eddie, ready for another fun fact about the Houston Rockets?
Let's do it.
Okay, the team was established in 1967 and was given the name the Rockets because San Diego was the home to many space-age manufacturers. When the team eventually moved to Houston, the name still fit, giving Houston's association with NASA.
Wow, so Houston, we have a problem? All of that associated with space? Who knew?
Are you saying that because Carmelo Anthony's in town?
No, Apollo 13.
Oh.
And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2.
You like Chris Paul going at it.
Oklahoma City ball. Here comes the screen. George. Capella's on him. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Knocks it down.
He's most definitely got the hot hand behind the three-point arc. Anytime your first-round pick is shooting like this, your GMs and owners just sit back and smile.
We go.
Hart with the basketball. Leads one. Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
Me and Chris Paul.
One of the best in the biz right there. Maybe the best.
To Paul George. Here comes the screen. George. Lets it fly from long range. Knocks it down from three.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Chance for Chris Paul, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Runner here won't go.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
We've reached halftime in a 2-point game. Let's get you to our
NBA
Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Hope everyone's having, a tremendous week and surviving, the cold weathers and all that. And it's halftime. They're up by 2 right now. Yo, me and Chris Paul going at it right now. Oh my God, we're like battling it out right now. Thanksgiving Day special. That's funny. That's funny.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down.
I'm about to watch the halftime show, so it gives me a break to talk. So
The Rockets are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. Have a look at the leading scores.
Zoe Mafia, I'm gonna subscribe, alright? I just subscribed to your channel.
The Thunder are keeping things competitive after 2 quarters. And that deficit is a negative, of course, but I do see it positive. I really like how they move the ball, keeping each other involved offensively. They've got a nice flow to their game today.
Just remember, if y'all new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, put a
Have a
note,
look at the leading scores.
and hit that
The
notification
Oklahoma
button to
City
be part of the notification squad. You know what I'm saying?
Game drive. Steals.
And happy holidays, everybody. Like, for real, like, about to be, in the new year,
Neither team was able to hold on to
brand
the
new.
ball, as you can see by the steals in these highlights. Still, some credit should go to the guys with the active hands.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm trying to see, like, who's, like, watching and all that.
Player of the half.
Yeah, Chris Paul's killing it right now. Like, me and him, like, going at it right now.
Putting his teammates in a position to score the basketball. His timing was impeccable.
Let's get it to the half. They 37 points. Bro, Chris Paul is killing it right now. 37 points.
These are the top plays from the opening half.
What plays they chose? Oh yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, did that crazy pass to him. What else? Oh yeah, the transitions. Yeah.
Number 1.
It's a good one. Let's get into the second half. Let's get it.
I'll see you after the game.
Carmelo Anthony traded, but Sam Presti turns that into Dennis Schroeder, now on a team built to win.
And I love this acquisition by the Thunder. When you think about Schroeder, he is actually almost the opposite of what Russell Westbrook is. He averaged 19 points, 6.5 assists last year for the Hawks, but he is not a ball-dominant guard. He will have the ball in his hands, but he's more apt to make plays quickly with the ball.
That was
Russell likes to hold on to the ball towards the end of the shot clock.
To Capella.
Throws
it down.
Goaltending.
No emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Wow, they even
Thunder with the basketball. Turns and slams it down.
Wow, they even call it.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
Harden into the front court. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. The drive right to the basket, and he hits.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
I knew this was gonna be a good game. I already know it.
To George. Here comes the screen. Paul George. That is great vision to set it up. Easy pass to the rim.
And I'll never forget one of my first games playing as a rookie with the Bulls. I talked to Steve Nash, and Steve Nash always used to tell me, the more you come out and you get your teammates involved, the easier it will be for you to score down the stretch. Think about it. You come out, you get 7, 8 quick assists, then a ball fake on the next possession. He bit, easy layup.
OKC ball. Beyond the arc for 3. Not that time. He missed it. Paul across the timeline. 2-point advantage.
One big pat. One big pat. What is outside?
Short jumper won't fall.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs are calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Knocked loose. Picked up by the Thunder. Paul up to block the shot.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Oh, it's blocked by Adams.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Paul with it up top. Tie game, third quarter. To Harden. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Clint Capella. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field. Thunder with the basketball.
Double team, double team, double team.
From the painted area, won't go down. To Harden. Fires the 3. Off the iron. No good.
Welcome to the roller coaster ride of basketball. Just because you are knocking down those open looks in the first half doesn't mean you're going to knock them down all game long.
That's blocked by Capella.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Here comes the screen. To Adams. Oh, you can sense that coming.
There is a premium market for players with that type of hand-eye coordination.
Goes to the left side. Paul. And he buries it.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
A pass taken away by the Rockets. Taking advantage of the turnover.
I don't know if the scouting
course, I'm
report has
getting
made
double
its way out
teamed.
here yet,
Of course.
but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Now a whistle, and we're going to get a timeout from OKC as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. George. With the flush, taking on all comers.
And when people talk about vision, people usually talk about the vision to make the pass. But how about seeing the chaos in the traffic before the pass even occurs? That's next level vision. How can I catch people out of position defensively? That's what we saw in that last possession.
Cashes in for two.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
I got ball. This is all me.
To Paul George, down to Adams. Big man, Steven Adams. He's now 4 for 6.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Harden picked up by Westbrook. And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Chris Paul, couple of free throws.
I knew
on the
this was
way.
gonna be a
He's
good game.
Perfect from the line so far.
Because Washington's one of the best teams in the world.
First one goes down. And gets both to drop at the line.
Ain't like the best team in the West and really ran at the Clippers right now. They got the best record.
Westbrook with the basketball. His guys down by 9. To George for 3, and Paul George. Not sure why they left him that wide open. Takes advantage.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Chance for Paul. Gets a look. Can't hit.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both the arsenal.
Goes to the right side. 4-3 and drains it.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Anthony up against Patterson. To Paul. Trying to cash in, and the finish. Jay, that was unguardable.
Chris Paul fast as
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Westbrook into the front court. The deficit now up to 5. And draws the foul.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
Knocks down the first. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. With the rock, it's Chris Paul. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
50 points.
And he connects on the first free throw.
I got something. Yeah, I got something.
Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2.
He's
To
coming
Paul.
back to lead. Man.
Has a look. Shot by Paul. No good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Now pass taken away by the Thunder.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in the playoff game, it will.
Doesn't even see the defender. Buries the shot.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. And a throwdown.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
Paul into the front court. His guys down 11. Going to launch beyond the arc. Offensive board. The follow won't go either. Here's a chance from long range, cleaning the offensive glass. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
And they call it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Paul against Paul George. To P.J. Tucker. Shot from the lane won't go. Nice pass to set things up.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
The follow won't go either.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Okay, they're lucky they get the ball back. The screen sets him up for 2.
And when plays like that happen with multiple players touching the ball, the basketball gods will 100% reward you.
Whoa, what a finish.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Screen coming, screen coming.
Screen coming. Paul to Capella. Knocked loose. Thunder have it.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
From long range. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. First try at the line, no good. Second and 3, got it. Paul into the front court. His guys down big. Gordon picked up by Robertson. To Paul. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. It's Paul for 2. The jumper's off the mark. Fires the 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
You know what I love about this kid, Ed? His eyes never once wandered to where the defender was. They stayed fixated right on his target, the basket. That's why he's a prolific shooter.
Now Paul with the basketball. Down a bundle. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal.
Let's just let the clock run out. We got to get out of here. I got a dinner to go to.
Paul across the timeline. He'll run the offense. Has a chance. Nene's shot won't go down. Hits it. And the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
Oh, that was a big-time shot. But more impressive than the shot, the bench reactions. I love the celebration tactics. This is why you love this game.
Karma from earlier, Chris Paul. Let's go.
And he knocks it down at the line. Long Key from three-quarters court. Good victory here for the Thunder.
132-108. That was a good game.
For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for
this game was going back and forth. Then at the fourth quarter, that's when our team came back, responded back. Rockets had a huge lead. They had a huge lead, and when at the fourth, our team had some of that's you know, what's that thing from Space Jam? Michael special stuff. Oh yeah.
Here we go with the EA Sports.
Well, I hope everyone enjoyed this. I'll let y'all watch the rest of the post game. Then everyone have a nice day. I'll be recording tomorrow.
In transition is where they really
see y'all next time. Enjoy the rest of the post game.
They were on the
I'm
run
out. Peace.
and going for the easy basket. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Rockets didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Fast break points. Player of the game.
Being able to put up these kind of numbers is always impressive, but having the ability to lead and inspire is something special. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Check out the upcoming games for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.
That was nice. 53 points.